but we are going to get started seated in easy seated position. Go ahead and grab a cushion if that's something that you like to do to help with your hip openers. Go ahead and grab that cushion, and otherwise just meet me on the mat. Maybe choose to put the opposite foot in front this time, the one that doesn't feel as natural or the one that you would normally choose to put in front. Making sure our sit bones are firmly grounded, bringing our hands to our knees, tall torsos, deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. We'll do 2 more just like that. Noticing the muscles in our faces soften as the shoulders melt away from the ears. And keeping our chins parallel to the floor. Bringing our awareness to the breath. A steady inhale and exhale. Noticing the speed of the breath, the depth, the expansion of the ribs. Noticing the energy of the body, what we might be bringing to the mat today. We're actually going to focus on that today in our practice. Whatever might be on our minds, perhaps fears or feelings of being stuck on something. Let's bring that to our mind. See it, feel it. And throughout our practice, we're going to breathe away all those fears and negative energies or thoughts, helping to restore that inner sense of peace and confidence. We're going to do a little bit of extra breath work throughout the practice as well, with the option of lion's breath in a few of our poses. So let's just start doing 2 right now together. Deep breaths in through the nose. Opening our mouths, sticking out our tongues, and sighing it out. We'll do 1 more just like that, if it feels good. And at any point in our practice, when I suggest it, you are welcome to join me. Bringing our awareness back to the space around us. Blinking our eyes open. And we're going to inhale, lifting our arms up over our shoulders. And on the exhale, we're going to twist over to one side. Inhale, reaching all the way up, bringing our torsos back to center. Exhaling, twisting to the opposite side. And we'll repeat this motion with our breath. Calm, steady rhythm. Gently intensifying and expanding into our twist each time, slowly and gently. Looking over our shoulders, using our knee as leverage. Slow and purposeful motions, twisting it out. Taking this time today to twist out whatever doesn't serve us. Unraveling and melting away any discomfort that we might be working on or feeling. One more on each side. Deep breath, inhaling, reaching all the way up. Exhale, forward fold, hinging at the hips, driving those sit bones into the earth, walking our hands out for support. Tall torso, breathing in, lengthening the spine. Gently walking the hands out and melting towards the earth as the hips slowly start to open up. Exhaling any expectation of a particular position that we should be in. And remembering to honor the state of our bodies, listening to those little tweaks, twinges that are telling us to be careful, trusting that they are there to protect us. Walking our hands back up, stacking the vertebrae one at a time. We're going to inhale once again, reaching our arms all the way up. Filling our lungs with air, exhaling, coming to one side, twisting and holding here, tall torso, pressing our fingertips into the earth, looking over our shoulder. Option here to add breath of fire, our passive inhale and our exertion of breath through the nose. As many rounds as we can, exerting through the nose and passively allowing the breath to come back in. Deep breath in through the nose, and then go ahead and exhale out through the nose. Activating the diaphragm. One more round. Deep breath in through the nose. Sighing it out. Lion's breath optional. Inhaling, reaching our arms all the way up over our shoulders, bringing our torso back to center. Exhale, we bring the arms to the opposite side. Option again to do our breath of fire here, warming our core, visualizing what we brought to our minds at the beginning of our practice. To let it go, to let it leave our body, anything that's not serving us. Once again, breathing in through the nose and then exhaling forcefully through the nose. Inhaling through the nose when needed, resetting and then forcefully exhaling through the nose, allowing that passive inhalation. One more round optional. Tall torsos, continuing to visualize deep breaths in through the nose. Lion's breath optional. On the next inhale, we come back to center, reaching our arms all the way up over our shoulders. Exhaling, bringing our palms together, hands to heart center. Resetting, extending our legs beyond us, giving them a little wiggle. And then we'll bring our legs opposite in front, back into our easy seated pose. Good. Bringing our hands out to the sides, pressing up the fingertips, tall torsos once again. Rolling the shoulders up and back. Left hand comes all the way up over the shoulder and we walk the right hand out, keeping the left glute glued to the mat. Opening into the side body, reaching tall, not compressing into the right. Continuing to breathe deeply, breathing into the side body. Noticing the breath massage the muscles along the spine, down through the side body into the lower back. Visualize those areas of discomfort, perhaps visualizing sunlight or space coming into those areas, melting them away, creating more space for our breath and for new sensations and energy to enter. Maybe walking the hands a bit farther if we can keep our sit bones grounded, reaching tall, maintaining our steady rhythm of breath. Good. With each exhalation, we're going to slowly round our left arm forward, lowering our torso, walking our hands to the front. One breath at a time, noticing each sensation as we travel. Meeting up in the center, and then walking our hands all the way back in, stacking the vertebrae one at a time, shoulders, neck, and head. Bringing our hands back out to the sides, pressing up on the fingertips, shoulders are drawn back towards the spine, lifting our right arm this time, inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, coming into a side bend, walking that left hand out this time. Reaching through the right side body, sinking the right hip into the earth, it's glued to the mat. Deep breaths in, once again, noticing the sensations. Walking the left hand out as and when possible, continuing to support. We're not here to create stress, we're here to melt it away. Listening to our bodies, honoring the state that we're in today. Using our breath as a guide. If it feels labored, then we ease off a little bit. And once again, with each exhalation, we slowly start to round forward, lowering our arm towards the earth. One step, one breath at a time. Taking that time to get a sense of how we're feeling, where we might be holding tension, what our bodies are telling us. Allowing our heads to hang heavy. Using our left arm for support until our right arm can touch down. We bring the left to meet it, meeting up in the center. Walking our hands around to the front and then stacking the vertebrae one at a time, walking our fingertips in, rounding, and then rolling the shoulders up. And back, reset. Nice. Bringing our legs all the way out in front of us. Giving them a little shake, a wiggle. It'll feel good on the knees, no doubt. And before we come up into cat-cow, we'll do a couple more twists here in Dandasana. Bringing our arms up over the shoulders, lengthening the spine. Exhale, we twist, bringing our arms towards the side, reaching behind us. Inhaling, reaching up again. Exhale, opposite side, keeping our feet flexed, toes are pointed to the sky. We repeat this motion, inhaling and exhaling, side to side. Once again, flowing to the rhythm of our breath. Finding length from the tailbone through to the crown of the head. Feeling an opening in the back of the legs. Gentle twists. Slowing the breath. One more on each side. Inhale, reaching all the way up. Exhale, we hinge forward, forward fold. Options here. Holding here, letting the head hang heavy, chin to chest. Option to reach for the feet, option to pulse, whatever feels good at this point in our practice. We choose that. We listen to our body. What is it telling us that it needs? What is it craving? Where are the cobwebs that we need to work through? Using our breath and our mind to visualize melting away any blockages or stuck energy doesn't serve us. One more big breath here. And on the next inhale, we roll ourselves back up, stacking the vertebrae one at a time, shoulders, neck, and head. Let's hug our feet in, keeping the feet together, wrapping our arms all the way around us this time, so tucking the heels towards us, wrapping our arms around the front of our shins, lowering our chins to chest. Breathing into the spine, breathing space between each vertebrae, pressing into our shoulder blades. One more breath. We lift our heads, lifting one foot at a time. Go ahead and wiggle the ankle around, and the foot rolling. Crick, crack, switching feet when you're ready. And just a little bit of awareness of how we're feeling. Rolling over onto our side, we're going to come up into cat-cow, so tabletop pose. We're all fours. Hands come under our shoulders, knees underneath our hips, gently transitioning here. And once we're in position, we'll do a gentle, traditional cat-cow, starting with the tailbone. We slowly start to lift the tailbone, arching the lower back, pressing into the shoulder blades, lifting our gaze. And on the exhale, we reverse, starting again with the tailbone, pressing each vertebrae up and allowing the head to hang heavy. We'll repeat this a few more times, slow and steady, as big or as little a movement as we desire. all meet up back in neutral. With our left hand, we're going to reach it all the way up on the inhale and lower it on the exhale. Opposite hand, right arm comes up, inhale, lowering on the exhale. Gently switching sides, inhaling up, exhaling down. Gentle twist of the spine. Noticing the energy generated in our anchored arm, pressing the earth away. One more on each side. And on the next inhale, we lift back our left arm, and then we thread the needle, bringing the left arm underneath the right. The left shoulder comes to the earth, the left ear comes to the earth. The palm is facing up on the left hand, reaching out. And the right arm can float up above our heads, if that feels comfortable, or behind our back. Breathing into this gentle twist. Allowing for a little bit of traction on the spine. Right. Bringing our right hand underneath our bodies to support us and to push us up. Unraveling the left arm, bringing it back into our all-four position. Same thing on the right side. Inhaling, the right arm comes all the way up. And then we feed it through the left arm, bringing the right shoulder and the right ear down to the earth. Noticing any different sensations on this side. Keeping the right palm facing up, and the left arm can float up above the head for support, and a little bit of an opening in the arm and chest. Finding a comfortable pose here where we can focus on our breath and the release of tension. Bringing our left hand back underneath the side of our face, and then we can use that to support as we unravel the right arm, coming back into our all fours. Traditional cat-cow, 3 more times. Deep breaths in, leading with the tailbone, lifting our gaze, pressing the earth away. Exhaling, we round the spine, gazing back towards our feet, lowering our heads. 2 more just like that. And we reset. Curling our toes underneath our shins, and we're going to come up into our first down dog. Deep breaths in through the nose. And on the exhale, we lift the hips. Coming up on the toes on the inhale, and then pressing the heels back on the exhale. Coming up on the toes. Exhaling, pressing the heels back towards the earth. Keeping that going, few more times, feeling the fronts of our feet, feeling the calf muscles. Finding grounding of our hands on the mat. The knuckles are pressing into the earth. Our heads are hanging heavy. 2 more. On the next inhale, we're going to float into a plank. Lowering down onto our knees on the exhale. Coming into child's pose. And then we float back up all fours. Curling our toes under, down dog. Floating into our plank. Lowering our knees. Child's pose. Floating through at our speed, drawing ourselves back up when we're ready. Gentle flow. Feeling a little bit of warmth being generated. And then opening up the back body. Two more flows. Floating into our plank on the next inhale. Lowering our knees, coming into a cobra, pressing the elbows forward, coming all the way down, bringing our hands under our shoulders, inhaling baby cobra, gentle back bend here. Option to add breath of fire, option to add a lion's breath. One more time. And we lower down into prone pose, pressing ourselves back up, kneeling plank, and down dog. Finishing out the sequence. Go ahead and pedal out the feet, shifting the weight left to right, opening the hips and the lower back. One heel pressing down at a time. Allowing ourselves to create that space in the side body. Coming down into child's pose. At any time we might need to recover a little bit more than our down dog. Something we might need as a more passive. Grabbing a sip of water if that's the suitable time. And then we're all going to walk to the front of the mat into a forward fold. Walking the toes in. Feet are under our hips. And we meet up here in our forward fold. Shifting the grounding to our feet instead of our sit bones and hands. Micro bend in the knees. Elongating the spine with every inhalation. Go ahead and walk the hands over to the left. Keeping the hips forward facing. No doubt feeling some sensations in the side, right side of the lower back, down the left leg. Once again, being gentle, not pushing too far, too fast. There's no expectation other than to let go of some of the blocked energy. Good. Slowly walking back to center and over to the opposite side. Keeping the hips forward facing. Maybe grabbing onto the opposite ankle. Wherever you want to keep your hands, it's up to you. Noticing what's happening in the jaw. If we're holding tension there that we can let go of. One more breath. And we'll come back to center. Bending our knees, rolling up like ragdolls, one vertebrae at a time. Shoulders, neck, and head. Sweeping our arms all the way up above our heads, extended mountain. Palms are together. Arch in the lower back, opening up the abdomen, lifting the chest. Deep breaths in. Exhale, we swan dive forward. Inhaling, halfway flat back. Exhale, forward fold. We step our left foot back, low lunge. Finding our stability, then lifting our arms above our shoulders. Deep breaths here. Sinking into the left hip flexor. Lowering our hands to the mat, stepping back into our forward fold. Gentle transition. Inhale, halfway flat back. Exhale, forward fold. On the next inhale, we sweep the arms up, extended mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center. We reset with one deep breath in between. Sweeping our arms up on the next inhale. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway flat back. Exhale, forward fold, stepping back with the right foot. Low lunge. Finding our stability and then bringing our arms over our shoulders. Breathing into the right hip flexor. Sinking our hips forward, melting towards the earth. Tall torso. Good. Hinging forward, stepping back up. Forward fold. Slow transition. Inhale, half fold. Swooping our arms all the way up. Extended mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center. Deep breath in between to reset. Lion's breath as desired. Scaring away those fears and those emotions that don't serve us. We're going to repeat that sequence by adding a twist to our lunge. Inhale, reaching our arms up. Exhale, swan diving forward. Inhale, halfway flat back. Exhale, forward fold, stepping back with our left foot, low lunge again. Bring our arms all the way up over our shoulders, deep breaths in. And then we're going to rotate over to the right, rotating our left arm over our right knee, lowering our shoulders away from our ears, big reaches sinking forward. One more big breath. And then we come back to center, reaching our arms up. Hinging forward, stepping back up. forward fold, gentle transition. Inhale, halfway flat back. Exhale, forward fold, sweeping our arms up. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center. Deep breath to reset before we do the opposite side. Inhaling, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Halfway. Forward fold, stepping back, right foot and knee come to the earth. We float our arms over our shoulders. Exhale, we twist, rotating over to the left, gazing beyond the left hand, allowing the shoulders to melt away from the ears and the hips to melt forward. Calm, steady rhythm of breath. One more here. And on the next inhale, we sweep the arms all the way back up, torso back to center. Hinging forward, stepping through, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweeping the arms up, extended mountain. Exhale, hands back to heart center, deep breath in between to reset. We float through our low lunge again, inhaling up. Exhale, swan dive. Halfway. Forward fold, stepping back, left foot, planting our hands. Low lunge, bringing our arms all the way up over our shoulders, bringing the palms together this time. Kali Mudra, pistol with the hands. So we're clasping the hands, the thumb and the index fingers are pointing up. The other three fingers are clasping, wrapped around, lifting our hearts. Gentle back bend. Feeling what's happening in the left hip flexor. Good. Go ahead. Hinge forward, releasing the hands to the mat, curling the toes, stepping forward. Inhale, halfway flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweeping the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Deep breath in between. Lion's breath at any time. And we repeat the opposite side. Inhaling up. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold, planting the hands, stepping back, right foot, low lunge, flattening the foot, reaching the arms up. Once again, bringing the hands together, Kali Mudra, pistoling the fingers and the hands, sinking forward, lifting the chest high, gentle arch of the lower back. Eyes open or closed if you want to continue to work on the stability that we've been working on the past couple of weeks. Pressing into the top of the foot. And we hinge forward, releasing the hands to the earth, curling the toes, stepping up, gentle transition, forward fold, inhale halfway. Exhale, forward fold, inhale, sweeping the arms all the way up, extended mountain, gentle back bend. Exhale, hands to heart center, reset, we'll do that again. Inhaling, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, halfway. Feeling the lengthening of the back of the legs. Exhale, forward fold, stepping back, left leg, low lunge, lowering the knee, lowering the foot. Arms come all the way up. Once again, Kali Mudra. Pistol the hands. And this time, we're going to curl the toes under our left shin. With our stability, our calm strength, we're lifting ourselves into a crescent lunge, pressing ourselves all the way up, using the right quadricep and the left toes. Crescent lunge, keeping our Kali Mudra. Well done. Warrior pose, planting the back foot. We're in warrior and a half. Continuing to hold our arms above our heads, finding positioning for our glutes. We're pressing the hips underneath us. And then go ahead and lower the arms, warrior two. Gazing over the fingertips extended beyond our toes. Rolling the shoulder blades back, drawing the shoulder blades together towards the spine. Calm strength. Lowering our right arm to the right knee, extended side angle, reaching our arm above our body or beyond the ear. Keeping the left glute engaged, pressing it forward. Calm, steady rhythm of breath. Straightening the front leg, triangle pose. Once again, finding a placement for both arms. Either bringing the left arm above the body, behind the back, or over the ear, whatever feels good for you, listening to our lower backs. Excellent. Windmilling the hands forward. Coming into our crescent lunge once again, but this time we're stepping back into our plank vinyasa optional, down into our baby cobra or our upward facing dog. And down dog. And we'll meet up there. Resetting here. Rinsing out all that goodness that we've just created and built on the one side. And we reset with a few breaths in between. Walking ourselves back to the front of the mat, forward fold. Excellent. Finding our stability here. Hanging heavy, maybe wrapping the hands underneath the fronts of the feet. Inhaling, bending the knees. Exhaling, pressing the back. Allowing the head to hang heavy. Inhaling, bending the knees. Exhale, pressing them back. Few more times, just like that. And then we hold. Extending the legs, releasing our hands. Inhale, halfway flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweeping the arms all the way up over our heads, extended mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center, deep breath in between. And we do the same sequence on the right side. So inhaling, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Forward fold. Stepping back, right leg. Low lunge to start. Inhaling, reaching the arms up, Kali Mudra. Finding our stability, equal balance between both legs. Tall torsos reaching up. And when you're ready, go ahead and curl the toes under the right shin. We slowly start to press up into our crescent lunge. Using the strength of both legs, focused on that left quadricep, coming into our crescent lunge, holding here. Planting our back foot, warrior bend a half, tucking our glutes under, engaging. So we have equal balance between both legs. Strong grounding between both feet, tall torso. And we lower our arms, warrior two. Gazing over the fingertips of the left hand, checking in with our toes beyond our knee. Ensuring that our glutes are engaged so our hips are stacked underneath our shoulders. We're not swaying, we're not dipping. Excellent. Bringing the left arm down to the left knee, extended side angle. Finding a placement for the arm above the body or beyond the ear. Checking in with our lower backs, making sure to draw the right shoulder blade back. The glutes are continuously engaged. Again, using our breath as our guide. If it's labored, we ease off. Straightening our left leg, triangle pose, letting the left arm fall naturally where it will, using the leg as support where needed, and reaching the right arm up or over the ear. The right glute is engaged. We're pressing the hips still underneath us. No swaying of the lower back. We're bending our left knee, lunging, windmilling the arms to the earth. The right foot pivots, and we come into our vinyasa, plank, chaturanga, upward facing or cobra. Down dog. Let's meet up here. One more big breath. And then on the next inhale, we'll lift our left leg off the earth. Oh. Bending the knee, rotating the hips. Yummy. Stacking the left knee on top of the hips as possible. We'll rotate back to center and step all the way back through high lunge. Good. This time our warrior footing. We come into our warrior two. Reversing our front hand, palm flips open, reverse. Warrior. Reaching all the way up. Our right head falls towards the hamstring. Good. Windmilling forward back into our side angle. Bringing our right hand down, prayer pose. Coming into our crescent lunge, rotating the toes so that we're up on the toes of the right foot. Good. Prayer twist optional here, bringing the right elbow over to the left knee. Tall torso, pressing the elbow into the knee to elongate the spine, gazing beyond the left elbow. We have our affirmations to repeat in our minds in order to work through any wobbles, reminding ourselves that we are grounded, we are confident, and we are strong. Good. Coming back to center, planting the hands, vinyasa, plank, chaturanga, upward facing or cobra. Down dog. Meet you there. 3 breaths in between to reset. And we have our last sequence on our right side. Drawing our right leg off the mat with our next inhale. Bending the knee, rotating the hips, open the right knee, stacks on top. 5 big breaths here. Noticing what's happening in our jaw. Is our head hanging heavy? Rotating back to center. We float our right leg forward. Good. Coming into our warrior stance. Bringing our arms up. Checking in. Strong equals strength between both legs. Flipping our right palm open. Coming into our reverse warrior. Noticing the softening of the left shoulder as the left arm floats alongside the hamstring or the back of the knee. Good. Floating forward once again, windmilling the arms, side angle. Tucking the left glute underneath us. Good. Bringing both arms together, prayer pose, pivoting the back foot up on the toes, crescent lunge. Finding our stability here. And then coming into a prayer twist. So the left elbow comes beyond the right knee. Elongate the torso, pressing the elbow into the knee, rotating gently, and finding somewhere to gaze on. Excellent. Bringing the hands back to the earth. Vinyasa last time. Down dog. 3 breaths here. And we lower our knees. We come all the way down to seated. We'll do our final twists. We're going to stack our legs on top of one another. So either in Gomukhasana cow pose or fire logs. We're doing a hip opener as well as our final twists. Option to keep the feet flexed or to allow them just to do whatever they do naturally. Good. And inhaling. We're going to bring our arms all the way up over our shoulders. Bringing the palms together. Lowering them down into heart center. And we're going to rotate over the top leg. So again, opposite elbow comes to opposite knee. Gentle rotation here. Pressing into the knee or the thigh muscle. Keeping both sit bones firmly planted. Gently rotating the spine. Breathing in heat and light, melting away any areas of discomfort. Pressing into the sides of the feet. And go ahead and release the arms, one behind and one on the legs. Elongating the torso, gentle rotation looking over the back shoulder. Noticing if we've made any micro gains in our flexibility and our fluidity. Once again, option for a lion's breath, deep breath in. Big smiles on our faces. We inhale, reaching our arms up. Exhale, hinge forward, bringing the hands to the earth. Keeping our sit bones on the mat. Good. And we press ourselves up and out of that. Gentle transition, switching the legs. Finding the positioning of our legs and then reaching our arms over our shoulders, palms together, and to heart center. Finding our way into a prayer twist. Bring the opposite elbow across the body towards the thigh, and then finding that length in the torso. Noticing what's happening in the hips, being gentle. We might feel some new sensations here. Again, using our breath as a guide to not push too far, too fast, so that our bodies trust that we can let go of the stress and the tension. Noticing the shift of sensations, any transformations or micro gains, celebrating those. Releasing and extending our arms, one behind, lifting our torsos, looking over our shoulders. Staying in the hip as possible. This might be intense, so we want to be gentle. Good. Bringing our torsos back to center, lifting our arms up over our shoulders. Exhale, hinge forward. Bringing our hands to the earth. 3 breaths here. Pressing ourselves back up, bringing our hands underneath our shoulders behind us. We're going to do one tabletop pose just to work that out. Feet are hip width apart. Hands are under the shoulders. We lift our hips. Option here to hang the head back. Option to incorporate breath of fire or lion's breath. Deep breaths in, and we lower down on the next exhale. Finding our way into an easy seated pose, propped up as desired. We'll finish here today with a gentle reflection. Bringing our hands to the back of our knees, but again with a mudra. So we're going to bring the 2 inner fingers to our thumbs, letting the index and the pinkies floating, bringing the back of the hands to the knees, rolling the shoulder blades in and back, drawing them in towards the spine. Deep breaths in here. Sighing it out. Once again, noticing the energy of our bodies, the softness of our faces. Bringing our awareness back to that initial thought and intention that we set at the beginning of our practice. Noticing how that energy may have shifted, the emotions and the fears may have left us. Noticing how any areas of discomfort or emotions that are uncomfortable may have unraveled or melted away. Allowing ourselves these few moments to allow the practice to incorporate into our bodies, our minds, and our hearts. Perhaps taking a moment to set an intention for the coming days, filling our hearts with joy, compassion, and love. Love for others, compassion for others, but also for ourselves. Taking a deep breath in through the nose, holding it at the top, and sighing it out. Releasing our fingers, our mudra, maybe giving the hands a little wiggle. And then bringing them into prayer pose. With smiles on our faces, we give thanks for the opportunity to practice. Thanks for our bodies, thanks for our community. And we take our light with us and shine it into the world, living our lives with confidence and passion. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.